Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Welcome, people. Welcome to another edition of Bridge the Gap Tips. My name is Tsion. No longer in desperate need of a haircut. Thank you. Far too kind. Thank you. It was a long time coming. It's been a long time, but we knew a change was gonna come. Listen, all jokes aside, right? This might not mean much to you, but I was going through a very dark place. I'm gonna be talking about music. This week, we are looking at rhythm and flow, and I'm going to be covering understanding not only the power of music, but how to use that power to your advantage when putting together a song. So I'm going to throw a couple of words at you. Murder, cheating, lying, stealing, fraud, assault. When you hear those words, maybe from your own moral standpoint, you may look at those acts or those lifestyles and think, oh, those are terrible, or those are immoral, or those aren't right. Now, even though you might think that, if I was to put lyrics about those lifestyles over a beat or a rhythm that was attractive to you, you would probably start tapping your feet. I love the statement that people make sometimes, oh, Tsion, I don't listen to the lyrics, I just enjoy the beat. And that may be true, but there's a real power about the subconscious mind and how lyrics can filter into the way that you think through a really good beat that's affected your mood. So if you ever think about songs that are in the charts right now, maybe songs that you listen to, you can identify sometimes where you might look at the lyrics. If you were to have go onto genius.com and look at some of the lyrics, you might be like, I'm not really too sure about that lifestyle, but the beat is amazing. So it's really important if you're trying to make a song that actually brings positive change to know this and to be able to use it to your advantage. So without further ado, that leads me to tip one, which is choose a good beat. Previous video when we were speaking about poetry, I mentioned know your audience. It's the same thing for music. Know who your audience is, and with that in mind, pick a beat. There's so many different genres of music that you can use, but it's important to know how the genre can affect your audience. There is a really good study, which I will put in the description below, that talks about the different moods of music and how certain genres of music and the intensity of the tone or the pitch of the instruments used can bring out certain moods in people. For example, have you ever played a song, a nice, sad, slow song, and just found yourself suddenly on the couch with Haagen-Dazs in your hand, watching The Notebook, and you had no idea why?
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
Music has the ability to bring back memories, particularly if that song is associated with a certain memory, to make you feel certain moods. There's music that can make you feel aggressive, make you feel angry, make you feel sad. That's why you notice when you go to the gym, there's certain types of music that play there. So it's very interesting to know, whatever beat that I'm picking, I need to make sure that it lines up A, with my audience, but most importantly, with my message. If I'm trying to make somebody feel something, what do I want them to feel? And how can I pick the beat accordingly? A really good point just off of that is get to know your beat. So once you've got your beat, you found the beat that you like, take some time with it, sit with it, get to know the structure of the beat. Leads me into my second point, get a good structure. Now, typically, in most songs, you'll have verse, hook, which is a chorus, verse, hook, bridge, hook again, and that's the end of the song. But that's not a direct science. You can always do the song however you want. Again, it has to go back to fitting in with your theme. Side note, there is a reason they call a hook a hook. A hook, effectively, is what you use to draw your audience in. For a lot of the songs that you might know and love, the one thing that you will definitely remember will be the chorus. That's where a lot of repetition techniques come in. That's where the message comes in. That's where you want to kind of sum up what you're talking about in your verses in that hook. Because if it's catchy, that's the thing that people are going to be repeating. Tip 3, understand cadence and flow. This is very important. It brings together our past points, whereas you have to know your beat, you have to know your structure, but for you to actually start putting your verses down and your chorus down, you do have to know how to flow effectively, how to make your verses and your style and your delivery flow around the beat you've chosen. This is the fun part. A lot of times in studio, when we make songs, we let the beat play and we sit down, and if anyone was to walk in, they would probably walk out again thinking that they just walked into a room full of the clinically insane, because all we do is sit down, let the beat play, and hum different flows until we get a flow that we like. Then we put words to it. That's our process. But it doesn't have to be your process. Everyone has their own. The song is called Two Sides. When we made the song, our plan behind it was to create an Afrobeats tune with a strong message, which means that we had to have a strong hook. So when we were trying to design the hook, we let the beat play and we figured out how we could get our cadence and flow to fit around the beat.
Dun 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 low, dun dun low, and dun 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 low, and down low,
There's always two sides and you don't want no. You don't want no. Hanging both eyes that they don't want show. They no go show. You see pain, I'll be going through my. And you say, and me no empty heart. There's always two sides but you don't want no. You don't want no.
Final tip. Tip number 4. Use methods to highlight your message. Okay? So use things, techniques within your, this is within your writing. So when you've actually figured out your flow, you figured out your beat, you know your audience, all that kind of stuff. Now you're actually writing your lyrics. Look at ways that can make your message pop. When we were doing Two Sides, yes, I know, shameless plug again. When we were doing Two Sides, we were trying to think of a way that we could make the lyricism so potent that people would actually need to go away and research. People would want to research and find out more about what we were saying. And it's just little things like that. When you're putting together your verses, think of ways, how can I make my, if I really want to get my message across, how can I make my verse pop? And that might be switching up the flow. If you've got a particular flow that's going on a beat, switching it up on the next verse, or switching it up mid-verse, or having nice little ad-libs that are in there that stick out that people can remember. Grrr, bow, bow. Done no. They sound better when they're on songs. I mean, you can basically do whatever you want if you think about it. Short of like getting on a beat and just yelling like scoop, scoop-de-whoop for like half of the beat. Because I mean, I don't really see that working. I know that in this video I've mentioned a lot about going to the studio, but don't forget, you don't have to go to the studio to record a song. If you have a smartphone, you can record a song. These are apps such as Spire, GarageBand, Voice Record Pro. There's many more. Just off the top of my head, those are the 3 that I know. And you don't even need much. You can record them right from inside your own home. You just need a cheap microphone. You can maybe find that online for £10. I don't know. How much is that in dollars? Whoever edits this video, just put that up here, like right beside my face, right there. But basically the point is, you can do this from your own home. You just need a quiet space and the desire to want to experiment and create. So have fun doing that. Like I said, this is not an exhaustive list. There is a lot more. There's so many more ways that you can utilize the power of music to get across a very strong, powerful, and positive message. So, and there's many examples out there for you to be able to look at, to get little examples from. One of them's in the description. But anyway, that's been me. For Bridge the Gap Tips, I've been Tsion. Stay safe and be exceptional. We'll see you next time.